Hola from the west side. It is me, DC the Purple Diva, and welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy Sunday, y'all. We at the end of the weekend. And for those of us who are still working during this time, tomorrow's a work day. I hope everybody had a good weekend and a great Sunday. Hope y'all just came to hang out with your girl. Just chill in the chat. Had a great Sunday, actually. Good cyber service this morning. Interesting way, though, that my pastor started our cyber service this morning, because today is first Sunday, for those of you who do attend church on the regular, it's first Sunday. So generally you have communion on first Sunday when you're actually going to church. And we still have communion just at home. But one of the things she was talking about is that it appears that Facebook is censoring some of the commentary that she has been posting. And I don't even get that. I mean, she's not saying anything that's fake or anything, because she puts out, little videos and stuff throughout the week and stuff. And yeah, she says they've been censoring some of that stuff. As though, I don't know, is Mark Zuckerberg an expert on the things that are going on right now? Don't you want someone who might actually have just a different perspective than what you're hearing in the media? If you're their friend on Facebook, shouldn't you allow us to decide what we see from people whose pages we are friends with on Facebook? I'm just saying. It's just very interesting because, they've got a really funky algorithm on Facebook. You may have, I don't know, say 500 friends, and you're only going to see about 20 of them floating through your feed on Facebook, which is, limiting you. That's the thing I like about, hey Terry. That's the thing that I like about on YouTube is that when you're subscribing to different pages, you kind of control what you see and what you don't see. If you put on notifications, you get notified of everything. If you don't put the notifications on, then you don't. And then even if you do put the notifications on, sometimes you still don't see people's stuff. Sometimes you still don't see it. It's crazy. But Terry, I did see your message, and yeah, we can probably do that maybe this week or next week. So we can finish that stuff up. That would be really cool. At least get one of the installments in. So you let me know what your availability is this week, and we will figure it out. But it's been a whole bunch of stuff going on this weekend. Like, I guess I was asleep when everything would happen. Because like last night, after my chat, I passed out. And I guess that's when stuff started popping. Because when I woke up this morning, I had to play catch up. I had to play catch up on a lot of stuff. But, you know, I know people are still talking about the alleged death of that YouTuber a little bit. But I'm not even going to say her name just because I don't know if it's true or not. And, you know, during this time of what's going on, even if it is true, it would be a minute before anything would probably be confirmed. So, you know, but, you know, I hope it's not true. I hope that no one would, you know, allow the things that are going on the internet to take them to that point. You know, that's how I feel. I really do hope that it's not the case. You know, but mental health issues are real, and there are, unfortunately, you know, people who have, you know, mental health issues that are on YouTube. It really, really isn't. There's no way to be sure. And so, since I didn't really know the girl, yeah, I've seen a couple of her videos and stuff, and I saw that she supposedly was from the same part of the country that I'm from, you know, but other than that, you know, she was part of another part of YouTube, you know, but interestingly enough, many people tried to compare her and Strong Mommy Chrissy in regards to certain situations that happened in regards to the both of them. But I still think, even though they were both, you know, I guess single moms, they weren't both in the single mom sector. I don't think so. I don't really know what sector she was in, to be honest with you, because it was probably an algorithm that I'm not on. But yeah, there's no way to be sure. I know that when things are confirmed, and even someone generally has to make a memoriam page on Facebook, but I do know of occasions where, yes, the person was deceased, but someone was still operating their page on, you know, on their behalf, but still Facebook went ahead and made it into a memoriam page nonetheless. So, you know, and I mean, there are other people, I have friends I know that are deceased and been deceased, and not everybody's page is made a memoriam page on Facebook after they're deceased. So you can't really go by that, you know, it not being made that on there. That's just one of the things I can say to you. But, you know, some of the stuff that's come out is just weird, you know, like asking for donations for a party for a child during the pandemic. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really keep up with her. I just kind of knew knew of her because of other situations that were going on in present day, that she had been involved in some previous, things. But other than that, I didn't really know that much about her. Not at all. Hey, DLD. And, you know, hopefully, regardless of what the situation is, um, other people shouldn't be capitalizing off of it and talking about it, and, hashtagging it and putting it all in their videos, and then asking for cash apps and super chats and stuff. I'm just saying. It shouldn't be their content. There must be something else you can talk about besides that situation, especially since no one knows if it's true or not. So, I know everyone's starting to go into well, I'll speak for around these parts. Folks are starting to go into sports with withdrawal, because there is no sports, there is no basketball, and it looks like there may not be any football. So it looks like nothing is going to happen, like that until next year, I guess. I guess it's just poof, be gone. Yeah, that's the way it's looking, no matter what they're doing. Oh, by the way, guys, I saw a picture of people waiting in line to get the new Air Jordans in the ATL. No social distancing, because the lockdown is over there. So, yeah. And it was our folk, because who else would be out there buying those Jordans? Who else would be it? Who else would be out there? Yeah, out there in line. My people, what are you doing? Hey, Tutu Thing, what are you doing? Yeah, in the ATL. I'm sure it'll be floating across the internet. If you haven't seen it, you will. And then I know you guys heard about them trying to do parties in Chi-Town this weekend. Youngsters, y'all. It's young people. They just do not understand. They do not get it. It is a shame. I'm looking at the line, and I mean, it was a long line, y'all, because y'all know how people used to stand in line for the iPhones and stuff. It was that kind of line. Like, the first thing you could think of doing when you came out of lockdown was going to Foot Locker or the Nike store or wherever to get you some Jordans. For real, brothers. It was sad. Hey, Aussie Outlaw, how are you? Good day, mate. Yeah, so these fools are out there to get them some Jordans, because now they're out of lockdown, so they got to get their new tennis shoes so they can floss them. Well, you gonna get out there, somebody gonna get this stuff, and then y'all gonna be passing it around in the ATL. You ignorant people, what's wrong with y'all? Don't y'all know that's exactly what the governor is hoping for in Georgia, allegedly? It's crazy. And I guess they got to some of the parties in Chicago before they actually happened, but they had to break up one. Kids were just trying to have parties. And I remember yesterday I'm telling you about, this 18-year-old who I know had to be dying, wanted to have a party for her 18th birthday. What 18-year-old doesn't want to have a party for their 18th birthday? And they had to have a drive-by party. People just drove by with gifts and balloons. Practicing social distancing. And I think last weekend they did actually have some parties in Chi-Town, because I remember seeing a picture of a crowd. And they said it was a hip-hop party, so that means it was us. I don't know why they called it a hip-hop party. I guess that was the only way that they could politically say that it was a black party. So they just said a hip-hop party. Like it would be anybody but our youth in the south side of Chicago. Really? Let's think about that now. So it's really unfortunate that this stuff is happening and these kids are just doing some dumb stuff. Because I know it's not the older folk. I know it's not older people doing this. It's not. And when I say older, I'm talking about over 30. Because I'm hoping once you reach the age of 30, you got a little common sense. Because I realize that sense is not common. But I'm hoping by the time people reach the age of 30, they have a little common sense. But these look like youngsters standing in line in the ATL for some tennis shoes, y'all. For some, $150 tennis shoes? Isn't that about how much the Jordans cost? $150, $200, somewhere in there? They probably all spending their little stimulus checks. Buying them a couple of pairs of them tennis shoes. I'm telling you. It's really sad. Oh yeah, Terry, I know. But I don't know, just based on that other stuff that was said in the live that was overnight, didn't seem like that person trusts anyone at all. I mean, that's probably the smart thing to do. I mean, none of us really know each other on YouTube. It's a different thing if you actually have met someone in real life, like, you've gone to VidCon, which is where you would meet other YouTubers and everything, or they happen to live in the same city as you or whatever, and you've done a in-person collaboration with them. But I don't understand how people have people's phone numbers, how people have, all this information on people that they don't even know. I just don't understand. It just blows my mind. Hey, Magnum, how are you? Yeah, I just stay, and that's probably why I just stay out of all that mess. I just, kind of shake my head that so much stuff has happened, and I mean, I've always said that some of this stuff was going to get somebody hurt, but I'm hoping, like I said, that situation is an alleged situation and not a real situation. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do about. I'm gonna miss football if it doesn't come back. You know, I'm one of those people who's looking out their window and until August, waiting for football. I'm one of those people. I mean, now they're still working on that stadium in Inglewood, though, y'all. They haven't stopped building that stadium. So I don't know. Maybe they're doing what they need to do so that it's ready just in case, because it's supposed to be ready before August. And let's see, what is it, May? Yeah, they probably, if they keep working the way they are working, it should be done. Hey, 1SP, thank you so much for liking and sharing. But if we don't have any football season this fall, what are we gonna do? What are they gonna put in its place? I hope they don't do the same kind of crap that they've been doing, you know, like all during this time, is like continuing to stick in all of these past games of, you know, basketball and football games, thinking that that's gonna keep us occupied. And it's a drag because you know, I'm not complaining from the standpoint of, I understand why everything's going on, but it's just, you have to fathom that, like, there's no sports going on anywhere. So even if you wanted to watch sports from another country, you can't even do that either. So I would say it's not just the sports fans in the United States. I guess it would be, you know, sports fans around the world, because the rest of the world calls soccer football. They love that. It is ridiculous to stand in those lines. I mean, you know, the shoes are out. Couldn't they just have gone online and gotten the tennis shoes? But yeah, I guess they can't, because tennis shoes are not considered essential, huh? They're not essential. Yet and still, they opened back up the stores so people could buy tennis shoes in Atlanta. Nice, Atlanta. So y'all wasn't really, I guess y'all wasn't really taking heed to y'all mayor's suggestion. Tatted Hearts is here. Hey, Tatted Hearts, I haven't seen you in so long. How are you? Have you been doing homeschooling, Tatted Hearts? Via the internet? Have you been doing homeschool? Because I know that has been working for a whole lot of people, for a whole lot of the kids. And the ones that are in high school, God, man. Especially the seniors. Hey, Angel. I bet it does suck, Tatted Hearts. I bet it does suck. See, homeschooling is not for everybody, you know? I mean, for some kids, it works. Like, you know, my best friend, she homeschooled all of her kids, all 6 of them. But when it came time to go to high school, they went to regular high school. So they only got homeschooled until the 8th grade. And then they weren't, they started, they went to high school. But Matt, it has to be hard when you haven't been doing that way, when you're used to being in the classroom, used to being able to ask questions, used to, the teacher being right there in front of you, versus you guys having like virtual meetings. I didn't get to finish watching it because I fell asleep on it, Angel. I was so sleepy, but I watched part of it, and then today I thought I was going to watch the rest of it, but instead this afternoon I took a nap, so I'm gonna watch the rest of it. But I watched part of it. I fell asleep on it, literally. Like it started and I was watching, and then I was sleeping. I was so sleepy last night. I don't know what was wrong with me. Well, no, when it's when I have my premiere at 12:15 Pacific time this morning, and I was just trying to stay up for that, and I kept falling asleep just waiting for that. And I was trying to watch the video in between, but I kept falling asleep. So then I said, okay, I'll just watch it tomorrow. So you got a view, but I didn't see it. Because I fell asleep. So I did watch it, or it watched me, if you know what I mean, Angel. And then today I haven't been doing my promotions of my videos like I should be, but I did promote it today on my Facebook for the Chronicles of Artsy Autism Law. And I'm going to post it on Twitter, and I'm going to post it on my Instagram. I'm going to start being better about that for the vlog. And I'm going to start being better about letting people know that I'm live streaming. Because I don't promote. I just, I don't know. I'm happy with those of you who want to be here. Yeah, I don't know. Tadahar, are you in California? Because I know in California, the governor is trying to get the school year to start back like in July. I don't know how that's going to work. I honestly don't. I mean, because I just feel like the kids are not really getting the value. Now, for kids who are already homeschooling, this is easy peasy for them because that's what they were doing in the first place. But for the ones that this is the first time experience for, it's a big adjustment because, the way the teachers teach in a classroom is not the same as instruction is done online. So yeah, you are in Cali. Yeah, well, the governor's saying he's talking about trying to start the school back up in July. And I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. Weren't they supposed to? They were supposed to have like, and I hate that California has that. The ACTs and SATs were supposed to happen. Some of them were supposed to happen over the summer that aren't going to even happen. Yeah, that's my son in the background, Magnum. Yeah, that's true. There's some people that we could be real life friends with, but people giving out so much information, I'm not going to say that. Maybe in some situations, truly people didn't give out their own information. But in some of these situations, it's like, okay, but how did that person get your phone number? Nobody has my phone number. I mean, and I'm in a couple of hangouts, but the hangouts I'm in are like for like mods for other channels and stuff. So, and the only thing they have is an email address. Who cares? I'm not hiding, and it leads to the email address that's tied to my YouTube account. All the same information. I know, because we're in SoCal, and my nephew lives out that way. Tutu thing. My sister's son lives out that way where you are. Tutu thing. Oh, you ordered you a pizza, Angel? I like pizza sometimes. There's a pizza that I love that I haven't had in so long, and now that we're in this situation, I don't even know if they're open. I'm gonna have to look and see if they're open. If they are open, I might have to order a pizza from there and bring it home one day. They have the best Italian pizza. I mean, they use tons of pepperoni, tons of Italian sausage. Ugh. Making me think about it right now. My mouth is watering. Thinking about that pizza. It's at this place called Rosario's Italian Restaurant. And it's a family little restaurant. It's a little small restaurant. Yeah, my son really loves their pizza. I don't think I've had their pizza in like at least since last summer. So it's been probably a year. And see, now Angel said something about pizza, so now I'm going to be thinking about that pizza. And I might have to give me some of that pizza. They don't deliver, though, so I'd have to drive to them. Of course, then, you know what? I should actually look, because there's a lot of places that didn't deliver before that are on DoorDash and on Uber Eats. I should look and see if they're on one of those. They might be on one of those. And if they are, y'all, I would order it from them. Then I wouldn't have to drive to Carson. Homemade pizza is good too. We haven't made homemade pizza in a minute though. I went to the store this morning, you guys, like early this morning. Store opened at 8. I was there at 8:30. Nobody was in there. There was maybe 15 people in the whole store. I was able to get what I needed to get, which was only a couple of items. But I was also able to see what they had in there, so that tomorrow I'll go back around that same time when nobody's in there to get the other items that I want. But it was like nobody in the store. And I told you guys, like the grocery stores near my house are like, like the neighborhood grocery stores. They aren't the large chains, but they have up those high glass, plastic thing shields between the cashiers. They've got all of the, things. They have the sanitary wipes there. They've got the gel and everything so people can wipe their hands. They're doing everything that they can at these stores. I refuse to go over to Costco and stand in that line. I refuse to go over to Costco and stand in that line. But it was nice to just go in the store. It was just a few people in there. I mean, it's like really, really, I guess it's just weird on the weekends now because, there were things that I would do on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Like Sundays, at 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, I'm busy trying to get ready to go to church. But since church is cyber church now, I went to the grocery store, was back home by 9 a.m. And when cyber church started at 9:30, I was sitting in front of my computer. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, how long are we going to be doing things virtually like this? How long are we going to be doing, virtual gatherings, like virtual happy hours with my cousins around the country, virtual meetings to rehearse for productions that I'm in, musicians doing virtual rehearsals, and doing virtual concerts. Is that how it's going to be for a while? Are we going to not be able to have, social events for a while? Are we going to be in a world where we're going to be doing a lot of social distancing, not being able to be around our friends for a while? Is that the way it's going to be? Oh, I don't have that. I don't think I have it. I don't know what I did with it.
Of course not. Always.
I don't know what it. Someone's looking for the remote, and I did have it, but obviously I don't know what I did with it. 1 second, guys. Let me put y'all on mute for one moment. I'm back. I found it. They have it. They're good. Hey, Matt. I just think that you guys, I think it's just going to be, even though they're going to start to open things up, I just think that it's going to be a slow process for things like concerts, sporting events, Broadway. They don't even think that Broadway's going to open back up until maybe the fall. And then at what capacity? Because, most of the Broadway show houses are kind of tight. I've been to a few Broadway shows, and it looks like they're big, but they're not big at all. So it's really close quarters, What about, things that open, concert venues like the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles, or at stadiums that are open. Are they going to do half capacity to start out? I mean, these are the things that I wonder about, because even though, people talk about things going back and wanting things to go back, we are all, I think, understanding that this particular, virus that's here doesn't look like it's going anywhere. It may chill out for a minute, but it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. You know, so I do understand the frustration of, you know, us thinking of how much we can open up, you know, when we can open up and all of that kind of stuff, because that's the reality, but that's the reality of the entire planet. All over the world, every country's going through that same dilemma. Oh, except for Sweden. Yeah, Sweden never closed down at all. So they're the only ones who are not going through that dilemma. Yeah, I needed to exclude Sweden, but every other country except for Sweden did some type of lockdown. Now, of course, right now, I believe we have 21 states that are trying to open up somewhat. So we're going to see what happens. And now California is talking about they are days away from opening up certain things. I don't know, guys. I just think it's going to be, you know, I'm not to be sound pessimistic, but just being realistic. I just think that it's going to be a slower process than people want it to be. And that if they do things like up to 100%, that we won't have any cooling off period on this particular virus, and they won't have time to get a grip. That's my opinion, but you know, I am not a medical doctor, nor did I do medical studies. I studied mathematics. So, but I'm looking at the numbers. So, and you know, I know people are going stir crazy, and this is really not doing a lot for a lot of people's mental health. And so from that standpoint, I understand that's probably one of the things that is probably pushing things. Because we are not creatures that, although many of us say we can be by ourselves in isolation, if it's by choice, people can do it, but when it's kind of forced on you, that's harder to do. And then there's people who are people, and this is not good for them. Or they're stuck with the wrong people they don't get along with, which can be horrible. Oh, who are you guys talking about? Are you guys talking about the guy that was in here last night? Yeah, I didn't really know him. And I mean, Angel, do you know him? Because that's why I kind of made some statements. Because I wasn't having nobody coming up in here acting the fool. And that's why I kind of let it be known as to what kind of chat I have. I know Tutu Thing. I mean, believe me, I'm glad that it is 3 of us here and not just me and my son. I'm just going to tell y'all to be perfectly honest. And I told my guy this before. I don't know if I would have been able to handle this by myself with my son, as an adult on the autism spectrum, because sometimes his meltdowns are not the nicest, but they've been getting better, much, much better.
I'm the man. You're welcome.
You are. But, so I can only imagine other caregivers who may not be fortunate enough to have someone else around them during this time. And and if they don't have any additional help, because of what's going on, a lot of the agencies have, changed the way that they're doing things to help as resources. Because I have resources for my son, but I can't really get to him right now. They're locked down at home. Even now, they'll come out obviously for emergency situations, and thankfully I don't have any emergency situations. But they don't have as many people available because they're trying not to get sick either.
Stop. Calm yourself down.
I just was trying to be, nice, because I don't know, if somebody tells you that they have something going on with them, you have to just take it at face value. I don't know this person, and as long as he didn't, start offending people, then I was going to be okay. If I felt like he was being really, really offensive, I would have booted him out. I don't, just because a person says that they're a Christian doesn't mean that they're going to, doesn't mean anything to me. And I'm just saying that because I'm a believer, and I have a relationship with Yeshua, and it's not bound by any denomination. And when he started talking about he had converted to Roman Catholicism a couple years ago, because of this priest that he admired, I didn't want to even go into my history of being growing up Catholic, because we would have been here for another hour. But y'all know how I feel about the Catholic Church. And I grew up in the Catholic Church. But everything that you've heard about the Catholic Church that's bad, most of it's true. And this is coming from someone who was raised in Catholicism. This is coming from someone who was raised in Catholicism. I know. That's why I was watching what he was saying, 1SP, and that's why I stopped him, and then I told him what the rules of my chat were, because I'm like, okay, you haven't been here before. Let me just tell you how this chat is. I don't care what color someone is in my chat. But we don't call people out of their names up in here, and we don't use racial slurs. Not happening. So yeah, I was watching things that he was saying, because if anything had gone left, DC would have been editing last night's live stream. Rest assured, I would have edited it. So, and I'm not that good at editing, but I'd have figured it out. I'd have been up in the YouTube studios. I play chess, Terry. but I'm the only one in my house that does. I have two chess sets, but I think I want to teach my son how to play chess. But I think I'm going to start with checkers. But chess is a good thinking game. Yeah, I have two rows, like the rows, like with the quartz chess pieces. One of them has like the chess pieces are purple and of course and gray, and that's the little one. And then I have a bigger one, and they are like rose and onyx. I got them in TJ like 30 years ago at one of the flea markets. Yeah, they wanted $50 for them, and I got them for $25 for both of them. They wanted $50. Oh, no problem, Ozzy. But yeah, I play against I play in like I have like a couple of chess apps where I play against the computer. But I heard Terry, I heard that you and DOD was supposed to have a chess match coming up. Are you guys are you ready to play him yet? Okay, yeah. I didn't think you. I thought you might know him, but you hadn't talked to him in a while. I mean, he was really nice to you and everything. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know him, and I'm protective over my stream and who I allow in my stream. Okay, I'm gonna go back and listen to it. I am. I'm gonna go back and listen to it 1SP. But here's my thing. It's like, and no shade, no tea. But if a person can't see honestly, how would you know what color is what, and how the only way that you in that situation or in any situation, let me just say that racism is taught, point blank, period. And I guess a person who is disabled and has a disability that makes it so that they can't see could be a racist based on what someone told them. But we all know that you can't really tell by a person's voice, at least with some of us. You can't tell whether we are what color we are. You can't tell by voices. A voice doesn't tell you what color a person is. So if that's all you have to go by, you don't know. There is no color to a voice. So I don't know. It was an interesting conversation. It was a little weird. But I try to be cool, and I try to invite all to my chat, and I try to be open to all points of views, as long as we're not spewing hatred. I try to be open. I do. Ozzy, I enjoyed myself in your live stream the other night. I had a good time hanging out. Yeah, your live stream is fun. Yeah, I mean, well, because here's the thing, 1SP. When I found out that he knew Angel, I couldn't really, when I found out he really knew Angel, because he just kind of jumped up there, and that's why when I found out he knew Angel, that's the only reason I allowed him to stay, and that's why I was really trying to curve the conversation and steer him in a different direction, and I didn't even, the story he told, I didn't even understand what the story was about. That could be true. If I find out that he's giving Angel problems, I'll report him. Yeah, it was fun, Ozzy. I did have fun. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that, Magnum. I know. Can't say that word either, huh? I guess we just say, people just say that word offline. Yeah, see, that's why I was like, I know he didn't really sound, that's exactly, Angel didn't really sound that eager. And I was just like, okay, who is this person? And that's why I, was kind of cautious in the conversation. And that's why I kind of, Angel and I both kind of like jumped in and, kind of made sure he knew that we were not going to allow him to take over my platform. Yeah, he didn't sound that eager. Yeah. Well, I like I said, I don't really know the dude, but I did enjoy Jubilee. I didn't fall asleep before I went through that video. They were good. And I put I actually subscribed to their channel. Hey, uppity unicorn, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. Yeah, we're almost at the end. Oh gosh, we are almost at the end. It's like 1 hour. I didn't even realize that. It's at 1 hour. I'm gonna come on so you guys can see me. Whew. Hold on. Let me get it up. Hi, everybody. Let me turn it over. Let me move myself. I'm always off center because I have a computer. There we go. Come on around. Come on around. David wants to say hi. Say hi. Say hi.
Hi, man.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Let's say good night, YouTube.
Good night, YouTube.
All right. All right, guys. Thank y'all for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. Yes, my son is real. That's why I get him to come on here so you guys can see. He is an adult. He is not a baby. He'll be 25 this year. I don't know if we're gonna be able to have a party. Hopefully this will be over by that time. Anyway, you guys, sorry. I kind of zoned out on y'all for a minute. I think it must be time for me to go to bed. But thank y'all for showing up. I will be back on tomorrow. I will have at least one vlog upload this week. And of course, my normal live streams. But until tomorrow, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. Everybody have a great Monday. And if you have to work tomorrow, don't work too hard. And stay safe. Keep up with the social distancing, because we do not want this to go on as a global issue for much longer. We don't even want this to be a national issue for much longer. All right, guys. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.